Hi everyone, it's Wanda with the Armchair Cat Advocate, and I thought you might be interested in the basics of walking your cat. So, we have a cat. This is my cat Fury, and as you can see, he's on his halter. And here's Abra. She's the assistant, and we have the long reflective leash, but the halter that he's wearing is called a Houdini harness. And the Houdini harness is made so that they can't escape. And it does work pretty well, I have to say. I did have a vest type harness for him before, and that was pretty good, but he was still able to get out of it. The biggest thing is you want to make sure that your cat actually does like to go outside. Don't force them to go outside if they're not interested in that, or take them out little by little. Fury likes to come out at night when it's quiet. He doesn't like during the day when there's a lot of people around and noise and cars and things. It scares him. I'm trying to take him out more during the day so he gets better with it. But right now, this is where he's more comfortable at night. The other thing to keep in mind is that if you do start taking your cat out and they really enjoy it, be prepared to continue that, because once you start it, you can't easily stop, because they're like dog, they become almost like a dog, where they're going to want to go out every day. And if you don't take them out, they can get really frustrated, and that's really not fair to your cat. So if you're not willing to make that commitment of taking them out pretty regularly, then I would say don't even attempt this. Um, Getting them used to the harness, it's best if you can do it when they're young. Uh, Basically, you just put the harness on them and let them get used to it without a leash. Just let them have the harness on for a couple of minutes at a time, or as long as they will tolerate it. Be prepared for some weird walking behavior, or they might just stop altogether and not even try to walk. So that those are things that'll happen when you first start with the harness, when you first start to harness train. But eventually, if they enjoy going outside like Fury does, they'll get used to it. The one thing I like about the Houdini harness, I'm going to show you on him. Hey, buddy, come here. So the Houdini harness, see, it's very thin. It goes up around. There's this little knob here that you can adjust it. Yes, he's a good boy. And it has the longer lead of attachment. As you can see, he can walk really well in it. Yeah, it does hang. It does hang down the side a little bit, but for the most part, it doesn't bother him. I don't really see him getting tangled in it very often, if at all, and he doesn't generally get wrapped around things. The leash is very long. This leash is very long, as you can see. I'm thinking that this was, I don't know if this was a 50-foot one. I think this might be a 50-foot one. I got this from Amazon. It was like 10 bucks. And I'm going to give credit to Albert and Mia, the Adventure Cat YouTube channel, because I got a lot of the information from him, because he has a Bengal. Albert has a Bengal Mia that he walks and takes on all these adventures. And he's been interviewed by other YouTube cat channels as well. So he's a really good resource, and I can probably link. I'll have to go back and try to find one of his videos. He has a whole bunch of them. I'll try to put a link down there for you so you can go check out his stuff too. Um, but the reason for the long leash is so that this leash will actually go all the way up here. Get out here, because we're at where the light is. That's where our apartment is. So he can basically get all the way up those stairs, at least he can get up to about that point there, up there. And the reason for that, and the reason for that leash being so long, is so the cats don't panic. If you have them on a short leash and something scares them, because you have to understand, it's not like walking a dog. Dogs are predators. It doesn't matter if they're, if they're a Chihuahua, they're still going to have that predator instinct. They're still, I mean, we all have known small dogs that, they call them the armpit piranhas, that are really quite aggressive. And that's partly, it could be because of them being small and being fearful and not being trained properly, but in general, I mean, I've had small dogs, and even the small dogs have that predator instinct. Cats are in that weird space where they are predator and they're prey, so they exhibit behaviors distinctive to predators, but also distinctive to prey. So for them, they're going to hide, partly because that's how they surprise their prey, but also because that's how they stay safe from bigger predators. So when something scares them, they're going to run for safety. And for like Fury, safety is our apartment. So if I have him on a short leash and he panics, he could very well either pull himself out of the harness altogether, which he's done already when I was walking him on a regular vest type harness, or he could, injure himself by getting himself all wrapped up in the harness and the lead. And then if you're, if you, so this is why you never want to walk a cat on a collar, because it only takes one time. It only takes one time for that cat to panic. And if that cat panics while they're on a collar, on a short leash, and they can't run, they could very well injure themselves. They could unalive themselves, worst case scenario, or you're going to have a big vet bill, or, they might pull out of the collar altogether and run off, and then you're really screwed. So, she's. And the other thing is, long leashes are also great play toys for the resident community cats. So that's the other benefit of having a long leash. But with this kind of leash, with a long leash, this way he has freedom. He's not feeling trapped. He's not feeling confined. And so if he gets scared, he has the freedom to run up to the apartment. And he's not going to be held back, which is going to add to panic. You think if you're trying to run away and somebody grabs you by the arm and won't let you go, what happens? You automatically panic. Same situation with the cat. So, the three takeaways from this is make sure that you are willing to commit to taking your cat out on a regular basis. If you're going to take them out, if they show any kind of interest in going out, please don't force your cats to go out if they don't want to go out. That just leads to them getting upset and traumatized, and it also can hurt the bond that you have with your cat. Right, Lucy? Right, Lucy? So that's number one. Number two is to make sure that you have a long leash to walk them on. And number three is to make sure that you actually use a harness and not a collar. So I think that's my basic Walk Your Cat 101 presentation. I hope you enjoyed it. If you do, if you like this kind of content, please consider subscribing, hit the notification bell so you always know when I upload, and hit the like button if you like the video. It helps me out. It helps out with the algorithm trying to grow the channel so that I can support these cats and the colony cats. And also leave a comment. If you don't know what to say, you can just put a little emoji, little cat emoji, a smiley emoji, just kind of make it positive because we have enough negativity in the world. And with that being said, I want to thank everyone for watching. I will see you in the next one. So goodbye for meow.